What is up, guys? It's your guy Gimmick, and we are back at it again. I'm actually on time this time around. Are you as excited as I am? Because we've got a lot to get into today. So, without further ado, did the power go out or something? Or really, just the studio lights? Are you serious? All right, give me a second. I'm gonna go take a look here. There's a light switch in here, right? Let me just. Ow! Oh! Why is there so much stuff in here? Jeez. Okay. Is this it here? Let me try this one here. Okay. I think I found what resembles buttons, so I'm just gonna press all these to see if they work. Okay. TV. Okay. And everything else is. Oh, cool. Okay. Cool. Let's just go and get this started again and. Huh. Whatever. We're just gonna roll with it. I mean, honestly, it felt like it took weeks for me to find those switches anyways. Well, welcome back to another episode of World Arena Roundup. As always, it's your guy Gimmick, for real this time. I hope you'll pardon our mess, as we are currently making a few adjustments to our studio, but we'll be back and running in a new look very soon. As for what's new in PvP, well, this year's EpicSeven World Cup has kicked off with its qualifier matches. And, you know, while we're eagerly waiting for the main matches in September, why don't we look back to the last year's E7WC to see who brought the heat in 2022. Last year, just before the big main matches of E7WC 2022, EpicSeven released a balance update that made some heroes stronger. And out of those heroes, one rose well above the others at the main matches: Senya. Senya is an Earth Knight that's built tough, and she's all about bringing the fight right to her. She's got an ability that lets her occasionally reduce the damage she takes from opponents, and when she does, she'll send that damage right back at them. Her ultimate ability also blinds opponents, making it much harder for them to hit her. Plus, if someone attacks her after she uses her ultimate, she's ready to hit them right back. And those buffs? Well, they made Senya even better at holding down a fight. Now, when she uses her ability, she grants herself a speed buff to take turns even quicker, and her ultimate skill provokes enemies into directly targeting her. This makes her counterattacking buff even better, especially now that it lasts even longer. Now let's look at this match between Jintae and YunDuan in Winners Finals to see how Senya made her big breakthrough. Jintae's got some pretty powerful heroes: Apocalypse Ravi, Strays, Researcher Carrot, and Spectre Tenebria. And YunDuan's ready to take the fight with Spirit Eye Celine, Adventurer Ross, Alencia, and of course, Senya. This fight is pretty intense right from the get-go. Celine knocks out Strays with a powerful counterattack, and Tenebria's Spear of Darkness wipes out Celine right in return. Senya takes a huge hit from Tenebria, not getting her chance to reduce damage, but thankfully, YunDuan gave Senya some special equipment that lets her heal herself when attacking, and Adventurer Ross steps in to pave the way for Senya. Now, it's Senya's time to shine. All eyes are on her as she's holding on by a thread. Senya has to avoid any heavy hits to keep the match in YunDuan's favor. Ravi misses her hit, Tenebria's attack misses, and Senya bounces that damage right back on her. And even after being pelted with burn from Carrot, Senya and Alencia work alongside each other to secure a win. YunDuan would continue his dominant climb, securing himself on the winner's side of Grand Finals. And while YunDuan had a pretty smooth journey to Grand Finals, there were still two others who fought valiantly for the chance to take him on for all the marbles. Let's rewind a little bit to the main matches, where Jintae fought against Phantom. Already down a match, Jintae decides to be bold and pick Violet and Remnant Violet at the same time. Now, these two heroes are both notorious for their ability to evade attacks, and infamous for their ability not to evade attacks, so it was a pretty risky pick to grab both at once. Let's dive into both Violets to see what sets them apart. Violet is an Earth Thief who's all about chipping away at opponents while dodging incoming attacks. His ultimate, while off cooldown, increases his ability to dodge attacks, and when he dodges, he hits right back and gains a resource known as Focus. The more focus he has, the stronger his ultimate becomes, so players usually wait until Violet's focus is full to maximize damage and keep his dodging chance up. On the other hand, Remnant Violet is a Dark Thief that's a bit more risky than the regular Violet. After he takes his turn, he'll gain a buff that helps him dodge better, and will gain focus after both attacking and dodging attacks. Once his focus is maxed out, he'll use Massacre, a super powerful attack that can target any opponent. Focus for him is like a countdown timer to their opponent's doom, ready to let it rip the moment it's ready. Unlike Violet, Remnant Violet could have his evasion taken away from him during combat, leaving him very exposed. But to balance things out, Remnant Violet's basic attack gives its target a chance to miss, similar to Senya. Now, let's see the duo in action. For Throughout this whole match, Jintae's in a great position. Violet's constantly fighting back, and Remnant Violet is building up to unleash his ultimate. Phantom is doing everything he can to avoid targeting the pair, but it is no use. Violet and Remnant Violet just won't stop dodging, securing a big win for Jintae.
Oh
man, it's all but over.
That's gotta sting for Phantom, getting sent into the loser's bracket after taking that set. But maybe there's a chance for him to get some sweet, sweet revenge. It's now losers finals, one of the last sets of the tournament, and Jintae and Phantom face off once again. Whoever takes this set gets their chance to win it all in grand finals against YunDuan. Phantom was ready to deliver some payback, with only one more win needed to move forward. So, how does Phantom seal the deal in this set? With a sweet serving of disrespect. In this match, Phantom drafts the hero Charles, catching everybody off guard.
Charles! Charles!
Now, Charles isn't really a common pick in the metagame. He's an Earth Knight who's all about controlling the pace of the match. His ultimate grants him some solid buffs and deals more damage the fewer opponents standing. But what's really fun is how Charles synergizes with his basic skill and the artifact Elbrus Ritual Sword. When Charles uses a basic attack, there's up to a 35% chance that he can immediately follow up with a skill 2, Smash, and take away the opponent's important buffs. And the artifact, Elbrus Ritual Sword, grants him a chance to counterattack with his basic skill whenever his teammates are attacked. You can kind of see where this is going, right? Charles becomes a watchful bodyguard, swooping in and punishing his opponents for even laying a finger on his loyal teammates. What makes this choice even more disrespectful is that Jintae, his opponent, has drafted Shu onto his team. Now, Shu, an Ice Warrior, can similarly perform a devastating combo with her own skills and a built-in counter mechanic. In fact, she was running all over E7WC because of how strong she is. But guess what? Phantom doesn't have a care in the world, telling Jintae to correct their posture, as Charles puts it best, as he and Violet dominate the last match. Phantom secures a decisive 3-0 victory over Jintae and moves on to defeat YunDuan in the grand finals. You know, it's just made even funnier when you realize that Phantom decided to give Shu a skin as the reward for winning E7WC 2022. But I will give them credit, it is a very nice looking skin. Well, what an outstanding set of matches we got to see last year. So that was just a little taste of all the action and excitement from EpicSeven's World Cup in 2022. I hope you all enjoyed this little look back. We'll be back next month to show all the highlights from this year's E7WC, so be sure to tune in so you don't miss a single match of all the action. And for those who would like to be featured on the show, be sure to submit your replays to the link in the description down below. Don't miss your chance to receive 3 leaves just for submitting for each episode. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you'd like to see more content like this in the future, be sure to like and subscribe. But for now, I hope to see you guys all in the next episode. It's been your guy Gimmick, and you know, I think it's time for me to go on my own little training arc. So for now, peace. And war.
We are the